Hey, so Jesse Altman, Vice President of Marketing at TVS. Thought I'd take one quick second to go through one of the data points that I think is really interesting when I'm looking at our Google Analytics, and that is that we're getting around 1,000 direct visitors a month right now. And so I don't really have any sort of relative benchmark to compare that against. I can look at some of the local firms and I can look at some of the national firms. But regardless, 1,000 direct hits of somebody typing in some version of Tvsdesign, TVS Architects into their browser to look for our firm, right? So when I think about nearly 1,000 people who are finding our firm through direct search, I really want to know what got them to the point of asking Google for results on Tvsdesign or TVS, right? And what was the intent behind those searches, right? So it's great to know that we're getting this traffic from Google, but what I really want to know is why, and what was it that caused somebody to make that search. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to Google TVS and see what I come up with from an architecture standpoint, right? Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to Google TVS, right? So there was something that happened that preceded that search that triggered them to now be looking into TVS, and I want to know what that is. So we can use some of the tools that we have at our disposal to better understand, are they a new visitor or a returning visitor? We can do some things with our CRM that allow us to have a deeper understanding of some of those behaviors. But at the end of the day, if I'm getting 9,000 direct hits every month, or not even every month, if I'm getting 1,000 direct hits every week, my goal is to understand what is the intent behind those. And then when it comes to organic search, I mean, that's a whole other topic that we'll save for another video. But first things first, let's look at the direct search and try to figure out what the intent behind those is, and maybe start using that as a proxy for brand awareness. You know, there's a lot of other things that we can look at, and I think we need to start doing some market surveys that we do in a more systematic way. But I think that direct hits and direct traffic are a decent barometer of brand visibility. And the more people that are putting Tvsdesign into their browser, the more brand awareness we have, theoretically, with a relevant audience. So that's my next rabbit hole we'll go down, is trying to understand what the intent behind those 900 is, or 1,000 hits a week. And I think if we're able to identify what that intent is and where that intent comes from, then we'll be able to have a better understanding of where we need to spend time and energy from a marketing standpoint. So while we are making an effort to streamline the channels and to not bite off more than we can chew, at the same time, this is great data to have, and let's do a little bit of work to figure out what's behind that data. Talk to you soon.